Okay, today I'm just going to talk very briefly about this picture. So I've been doing the coatings on these with the Minwax, and this has two. These have two coatings on them, and I like that a lot. I love how it turned the pages darker. Now this painting here, this collage, I decided to put some medium on it, and this is a gelato. If you do crafting, you may know what these things are. Um, they're they're like a crayon, but they're very creamy, very creamy, and they're great for shadows and shading and stuff like that. So I kind of decided to soup this up a little bit and put some purple in it. And then, because of the paper being a certain, I didn't do it on anything else. I didn't try it on a regular one of my book pages. It it started not it wasn't smooth enough. It sort of caught, and it wasn't smooth. So it kind of ruined the picture. Now, before I go on, one way to look at your work is to always put it in a frame to see how it may appear once it's framed. So even though I didn't like this part and the purple one, and you put it in here, it looks kind of cool actually. When you just, but I'm blocking that out. Okay, so I did it. I put the coating on. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how I should fix it. Now, when you do collages, there's so many ways you can fix something or change something. One of the things I could do is get some paper. I have the paper, and just extend the picture. You know, push it more. Get some pieces of paper and put it kind of over that, or even get the a page and just it's all most of it's on the edges. You could probably just put more on the edges of another page, just cut out the margins and put them back on. Of course, then you would have lines, which wouldn't be very good. The other thing I could do is put a piece of tracing paper under it with another book page and trace around this, and then cut out this, and I'd have a brand new page that I could maybe superimpose on this and get rid of all this. That's another option I could do. The problem with that is now it's been mounted on this paper, so this is quite thick to do tracing over it, so I don't know if that would work. Another thing I could do is just cut it out. Cut out, it's a very simple collage, and it is connected. I could just cut around it, lift it up, and put it on another clean page, and I'd have it all from starting from fresh, but it still have the collage work that I did. So that is that's something I can do. But now I'm thinking, before I do that, let me see if I can work with this purple gelato. Because when I put this on here, I really like the way it looks. It's just very pretty, I think. And it certainly adds more than just a plain picture. I just don't like that line there. Of course, I can also that's the other thing when you do a painting or a picture like this. When you use a mat, you can just move it around and see which is the best, because this is bigger than the opening. It's about like a 5.5 by 7.5. This is, I think, a 4 by 6. So there's a lot of leeway as far as where I can place the picture. That's why it's nice to have a picture a little bit bigger than the mat. So what I decided to do in front of you right now is I'm going to just try to get rid of that by adding more. Now, the interesting thing is, at least what I'm going to be dealing with, is now I have the coating on, so it's not going to absorb, the paper is not going to absorb this. It's really going to be sitting on top. Eventually, I think it'll dry. Now, when I put on the two coats, what I found out is kind of interesting. I have this old paper which has a certain amount of absorbency. And then I have this newer paper that has a certain amount of absorbency, and they're different. I signed my name on the paper, and there's no smudging. So, but I signed my name on one of some of this paper, and it did smudge after. I can maybe show you that. I'm not sure where that other picture is, but so when you sign your name, you should do it on the raw paper, because then because it's so absorbent, it dries real fast and it doesn't smudge once you put stuff over it. So what I'm going to do is, so what I've decided to do, if I really hate it, is I will just cut this back. I'll cut it out. It's all one piece. Cut it all out, and then mount it on another sheet. I have lots of these sheets of paper, and just mount it on the other sheet, and then coat it, and it'll be just like it was before I made a mess of it. But I do sort of like it, and so here we go. This is just, yeah, that's kind of all you do. Now, because it's coated, it's going to be very, it's going to be, it shouldn't, yeah, it's going to be really loose. Oh, there you go, and I kind of covered it. There you go, I was like, put more on there. But then again, yeah, well, that's okay, it's not bad. Now, this is darker. Let's just get this, see if I can, see, it'll come right off. I want to put some more of it around. Eventually, I'm going to be doing medium on everything. Now, see, it's darker there because I know why that is, because I started messing around with the paper underneath it. When I got that line, I was rubbing it very hard, so it took off a little bit of the top coat. So now this is even more absorbent since it's like beneath the print. It's interesting when you work with paper how you find out, you know, different things about it. Okay, so it's kind of not really great, but it sort of matches that. I wonder if I should do a little bit more. And I just don't want it to be liney for some reason. Let me just go around a circle. And I'm not going to coat this. I'm just leave it the way it is. I don't want to make it. That's a little bit more like it. Because it's not, the picture frame will not go that far off, I don't think. So let's see how that is. I just messed this up, this picture frame. Another picture frame bites the dust. See, I can almost go over a lot more and get that in there. So it is a very pretty presentation, in my opinion. There it goes. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it. Now I just ruined another frame. Great. Good job, Linda. I've been thinking about this framing stuff, and I'm thinking of maybe putting a coat of wax on it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this can be cleaned up. So I just fixed it. I think I like it. I think I like it. So it's good. I'm going to keep it the way it is. I'm not going to cut this out. I'm going to put this in my shop whenever it's ready to be sold. All my paintings, I didn't mention this, but all my paintings, or maybe I did, they have titles, and they also have stories to them, which I haven't done the story to this one yet. But the title is, Miss Eyre, Are You Ill? So it's a line from Jane Eyre. And when I finished this painting, I looked at her, and she has this plaintive look, and I thought, yeah, that looks like Jane Eyre to me. And so I opened the book, and I just looked through a couple of pages, and I found this one line, Miss Eyre, are you ill? I thought that was very appropriate. So that's it for today. I fixed my painting, and I ruined another mat. Dime a dozen. I do like this, and I think that line, you don't notice it as much as I had noticed it. Have a great day.